Life is stuffed with extra fist-pumping triumphs than soul-destroying setbacks. Yet it's the latter that disproportionately dominates our minds and our moods. When you mess up or get some things badly wrong, it's difficult to get lower back on the horse. It can sense crushing, especially if the error was once caused by means of your personal hand. Whether it's a relationship breakdown, career setback, psychological trauma, or sports defeat, it is necessary to understand how to rebound quickly. The speed with which you jump returned is primarily based not simply on the inner voices you tune into, but additionally on the scornful voices you tune out. Here are 7 simple techniques and some recommendation from those who have bounced back. Number 1. Acknowledge your embarrassment. The solely way to deal with emotions is to genuinely sense them. Acknowledging and processing embarrassment or disappointment is an indispensable step in boosting well-being. We tend to catastrophize events when we can't see how the future will unfold. It's the uncertainty effect. What do I do now? What doesn't assist is social media, which amplifies and sensationalizes error, or when others seem to get pleasure from our mistakes. Adding in addition to our discomfort is the delusion that others are observing us. It's the spotlight effect. What will colleagues or neighbors think? Of course, others are so busy self-obsessing that they don't care. And even fewer have noticed. Our anxiety is often less about coping with our disappointment than coping with the compounding aspect of what we assume others think. We get caught in our own spotlight misery. Number 2, gain relative perspective. The most obvious response is to strive to gain on-the-spot viewpoint and minimize the perceived consequentiality of the error. I locate it helpful to seem at greater high consequence, have an impact on, and ask 3 things. Will you hostilities to eat? Will you lose your bed? Has this damaged lives? If the reply is most in all likelihood no to any of these questions, then the problem may additionally not be pretty so dramatic. Note the echo of Maslow's survival needs. Compare yourself to those who lose cherished ones, face terminal illnesses, have missing children, and hostilities to pay bills or feed families. It's the contrast effect that minimizes doable overreaction to what is normally a minor event, albeit one that feels disproportionately large in the moment. Number 3, adopt a positive mindset. Businesses adapt after a setback or market shift which regularly signifies a turning point. Equally, men and women can regard exchange as a chance for new beginnings. Change is the regulation of life, and these who seem solely to the past or existing are positive to miss the future. Opined John F. Kennedy, winners appreciate that time misplaced in self-recrimination, capacity squandered money, reputation, and opportunity. They understand a fantastic mindset will increase the probability of achieving the preferred result. Steven Spielberg was rejected 3 instances from the University of Southern California Film School. Similarly, J.K. Rowling was once rejected 15 instances by using publishers. What voices did they entertain? Self-belief is the essence of getting lower back up. Number 4, forgive yourself. Some disappointment, self-loathing, and self-lashing is inevitable, at least temporarily. It doesn't sense lots higher if others are accountable and you've been fired, ghosted, or dumped. The response is different, rejection and ridicule, but no less intense or debilitating. Part of an effective attitude involves self-compassion and forgiving yourself. Aspiring comedians and actors go through rejection and humiliation all the time, just as you would to a friend. Treating yourself with kindness improves resilience. Accept that you're doing the fantastic you can. For some, self-esteem can be reinforced through meditation and mindfulness. Others decide upon collective optimism. Massachusetts residents received unity after the 2013 marathon bombings with the unifying phrase "Boston Strong." There is no normal panacea. Number 5, when it's gone, move on. When Novak Djokovic won the French Open and became the highest-achieving male tennis player, he shared his winning formula that is as beneficial on as off the court. He advised us to live in the present, forget about the past as the future will simply happen. When he misses a tiebreaker, game, or healthy point, the second is gone. There's no time for poor narratives, living on errors and what should have been. Psychological distance is straightaway placed between the error and the subsequent move. The mind is at the baseline, making ready to receive the next opportunity. Iconic tennis player McEnroe is aware the threat of an all-consuming mentality. Measure your success by using how much you evolve, no longer always how tons you win. The capacity to compartmentalize loss reduces extreme side effects. Number 6. Reflect, relearn, and reset. Companies conduct postmortems to discover sources of error and prevent similar mistakes. It's a fundamental step toward increase and recovery. Failure is the possibility to commence again more intelligently, said Henry Ford. Otto von Bismarck agreed, espousing that solely a fool learns from his own mistakes. In the 1990s, Apple faced bankruptcy until Steve Jobs strategically narrowed its merchandise to the iMac, iPod, iPhone, and MacBook. The relaxation is history. Similarly, Netflix commenced as a DVD rental by mail provider, and leaders confronted a crisis as the market declined. They transitioned into a streaming service. Individuals can examine from this in any situation and redefine the means of success. Setting desires is an effective way to refocus energy and motivation. The secret to alternate is to focus all of your strength now not on struggle the old, but on constructing the new, stated Socrates. Reflecting helps you to improve your competencies and assessment their effectiveness. As an alternative, then just elevate on doing matters as you have usually done them. It is about questioning, in a superb way, what you do and why you do it, and then identifying whether there is a better, or extra efficient, way of doing it in the future. In any role, whether or not at domestic or at work, reflection is an important phase of learning. You wouldn't use a recipe a 2D time round if the dish didn't work the first time, would you? You would both alter the recipe or find a new and hopefully better one. When we learn, we can emerge as caught in a movements that may also now not be working effectively. Thinking about your own skills can assist you pick out adjustments you might want to make. Number 7. Recalibrate expectations. Some mistakes damage as we worry about social, political, religious, and profession repercussions. When we're preoccupied with smashing the competition, prevailing a medal, or securing a promotion, excessive tunnel vision sets in. You need a stress valve or approach of release to adjust anxiousness in these scenarios. Wharton professor Adam Grant advocates a challenge network to provide a buffer area that insulates towards terrible decisions. Losing face is an inevitable section of life, whether or not in business, sports, or relationships. It's how you respond to challenges that define your personality and success. Avoid those who seem to experience your dilemma. It can be hard to reach out to empathetic others for guidance. Oprah Winfrey received it right when she said, "Surround yourself with those who only elevate you higher." It's too handy to criticize and condemn, usually serving the critic greater than the criticized. Thanks for watching to the end. Please don't forget to like, comment, and share with someone you think needs to watch this. Most importantly, subscribe so that you don't miss any of our uploads. I highly recommend that you watch this video on your right, which will help you get through phone distraction and use your phone appropriately, or watch the video on your left, which gives tips on how you can improve your self-confidence.